Hi everyone, my name is LynzloByChoice. I am happy you're here. I build in The Sims, play in The Sims, and today we are building, and it's a speed build for a tiny beach house. And I had so much fun doing this. I say that in every build, I just noticed that, but I really did. I got some inspiration from a house that I saw when I was, like driving home one day, and that was really odd to me because I don't live in a tropical place. So I was just so confused as to why I saw it. But then it wasn't necessarily tropical or anything when I saw it because, like I said, I'm not in a tropical place. So I didn't get the inspiration to do that until after. And I figured, let's just put this in Sulani. And that's what we did. And that's what makes it tropical. Also, it's like a cute sunroom, living room area. And it's a tiny space, so I'm excited, and also just give you some context into what I thought about when I was building this. So let's actually get into it, even though I was talking for a while. I decided to go with a side entrance for this, and I'm not really sure why exactly, but I just figured, I wanted a lot of windows, I wanted a lot of space in this, and it just allotted for us to put a lot of windows in here if I did the side entrance. And even the door, like the main entrance in this home, has a window, so it's pretty spacious. You have a pretty decent bathroom, but the key difference is that the shower is outside, and I think that works because I was allowed to put in a 2-tiled closet. The one that I'm not even sure where we got it, but just know that I use it a lot. So it's not even anything new, but I had a lot of fun, trying to figure out different ways to utilize a bunch of the stuff that I use pretty regularly. So that is that. But then I move outside to start with the landscaping, and I wanted it to be a lot going on. Like, I wanted there to be a lot of greenery because, as you can see around the lot, there's so many trees, there's so many grass patches, and it has it mixed in with like dirt and sand. And so I felt like we needed to bring that into this lot as well, so it kind of flowed seamlessly, and I think it did. And I definitely think that the Sims that live here, now it could be 2, but it's spacious enough for 1. 2 might be pushing it. So I think that the Sim that lives here is very social. Like, they have the kava parties that come with island living a lot. They love doing things outside, hence that's why we have the garden planters here. I thought about doing the vertical ones, but they are not it. So we don't end up doing that. I end up putting some lounge chairs there, so you're able to chill. And then there is like a little cabinet area where you can put some of the gardening tools or some shoes that you don't want to track into, the house, because there's a lot of sand everywhere. So I thought that it would probably be best if, we just had some more storage space outside. Then there's that big closet that we have in the bathroom. So it's a lot of storage space throughout here, and I think the kitchen is pretty decent as well, but I like the outside feel of it. And then when you walk in, it's not even that you're transported into another area, it's just cozy. Like, I think this is definitely a cozy space. One challenge that I tried to give myself for this, like personally, it was not a part of the build, but I wanted to use some more depth with the terrain tools, so I definitely tried to use that a little bit more, as well as the terrain paint. Terrain tools are very, very, very difficult, and I'm more liable to use the terrain paint, but sometimes I notice that it doesn't always make sense. So I figured this is my time to try to figure it out and see if I could make a few walkways, see if I can make some spaces for, like frequent coverage. Like, if people walk across this area a lot, like what would that look like with the terrain paint? And so that's what this was trying to convey here, and I feel like it kind of works. But then again, like, live and learn. It's not like I have to be completed with this in a day, so it's not a big issue for me. So we're moving right along, and this is exactly where I thought they have all their parties. This is where they host events. This is where they come to study if they're in school. Like, this is really where most of the things happen in this home. Now, they do have a spacious home inside, but they're more outdoors people. And that's why they garden. That's why they live in Sulani. So I wanted to tailor it to that. And that's why I'm focusing so much of my effort outside. I'm adding in some of these debug items, specifically the rocks over in the corner. I put them over there like a few minutes ago, but you can see like it kind of blends in again to the rest of the environment. And that's really what I wanted. I wanted it to work seamlessly, and it just feels nice. Like, this is a place that I feel like I would want to be in. So I was like, if I was an outside person, this is what I would want. And especially if I was more of a gardener and everything. So I wanted to tailor it more towards that, because that's what I thought the sim would be like. They would enjoy that. And so this is where I am figuring out that I want to do an outside shower. And when I say this helps so much with space, because now that I know, I can do this, I was able to put in a huge 2-tiled wardrobe, and I feel like that's amazing. I end up adding some laundry things outside. So it's not a laundry washing machine and dryer on the inside of this home, but it is outside, and it comes with a wash bin and a clothesline. And I think it just kind of flows with that, because although it's outside, I mean, come on, they are trying to be a little bit more eco-friendly and everything. So that's why I figured, adding the wash bin and the clothesline outside would be a great step in the direction. So that's what I thought about when I was creating that. And now we're moving into some seating areas here. And I actually decided to create a fire pit, but the one that I had there was not really what I was looking for. So I added another one on top, and then we have, just some seating arrangements. And then there is that barbecue station, and then the chairs and everything. And that's where, they have most of their conversations. That's where they study and everything. And I felt like it all kind of works together, because it's a lot of space outside. It's really like its own little living room in a way. Like, you have a lot of seating area, you have a dining area, and some other space where you can store your bikes, you can store some other things outside. You could even create your own storage outside. And that's really what I was going along with when creating the outside of this, because like I said, they love the inside of their home, but they love the outside of their home even more because it's outside. And so I wanted to tailor most of the things that I was doing to that. And so that's where we get with that. And now we're moving inside, and I'm so excited to show you the rest of this. So is it okay if I be honest with you all? So as I was doing this, I focused so much of my energy on the outside. I looked in and realized there was not as much space as I thought it was. So I was like, I have to fit at least one bedroom and at least a bathroom in here, because I did the shower outside and that's cool, but I still need a toilet and a sink and everything. So this is where I did the floor plan, and I do have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and it looks good. I went a little bit on the modern side for the bathroom, and so it's really black, tan, white, and then I added a lot of color in the living space. So this is what we're working on with the living space. I used the couches that we got with Island Living. I end up using the console that we got with Tiny Living, and I really feel like this is a perfect space. Like, I love that little door, the open door that I have right there. It opens the space up a little bit more. I feel like if I just used a regular arch, it wouldn't do what I wanted it to. Like, it would just close off the space a little bit more. And I feel like just having that open door, and then with the open windows, and then there's that glass door on the outside, to walk outside, and all of that just works. And so I feel like I couldn't add a lot of stuff in there, but with what I did, it feels like very cozy and inviting. I don't feel like the sim really cares much about, how they feel about it, but they just love having company. They love having people over and entertaining, and so they want to have an inviting space for it. And I feel like the living room and also the kitchen, because as you can see, this kitchen is huge for this home. Most of this home is actually the kitchen dining area, and I add a little office space over there. It really just has, a desk, and I add a computer. And then we have, a bookshelf, and I think I add an ottoman over to the side. But this is what I was thinking was really just for like a conservationist or someone who just studies the land and the locals, and they really just want a little bit more information about how to live here and how to really just enjoy their life. So I feel like this is the perfect space for someone who is adventurous and extroverted and really wants knowledge on the places they live, because they're gardening. If you can't get more information from there, like, that is just really knowing that they want to grab more information from nature. They love being outside and everything, and I wanted that to convey this. So there isn't much on the inside of this home, but I wanted it to make it look a little bit lived in, like there's a little bit going on. And so this is where I figured out that they may have been a conservationist, because there's some books there, they have some open things, and that's just where they log the things that they see, the experiences that they're having. So even if they're not a conservationist, they might be a writer or something, where they're just like, or they just love writing. Who knows? They might just be into journaling. So I feel like this really works, and I'm happy to have been able to experience building this with you all. We are actually coming up on the end of this build. I can't believe it is nearing the end. It feels like I just started, but that is the beauty of speed builds. So let me know if you like this. I'm not sure how many more I'd like to do. I want to do some more gameplay things, but I'm not really sure what you all would like to see. But I did do the poll in our community channel, thing. So if you haven't voted on there, please let me know, because I want to know what you all like to see and see if that's something that I can do, because I love suggestions and everything. So if that is something that you could do, that would definitely help me. But this is the room. This is the entire build. We add, some music on the outside, and then this is the storage area that I'm going to create. So if you do want to download this, it's already up in the gallery, so feel free to do that. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever I post new videos, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye everyone.